Hello folks, my name is David Edgar. I'm the host of Heart and Hand, the Rangers podcast, and I do one of these videos after every match, and sometimes the performance has been very good and sometimes the performance has been very bad, and today's 4-0 defeat at Hampden to the other half of the Old Firm was very bad indeed. And to be honest, I don't really feel like doing one of these videos, which is ironic because the Rangers team clearly didn't really feel like playing a semi-final today. But unlike that Rangers team, I'll front up, I'll turn up and I'll do my best in difficult circumstances, which is a lesson I wish that more of them would learn. There's nothing you can say about that performance. It wasn't very good, and I know my numbers this week will be swelled by the amount of Celtic fans who are joining me, so it's just more money for me, lads. Please share it far and wide. And what can you say? Rangers were awful. Rangers were awful. No heart, no passion, no desire, no spirit, no skill, nothing at all. You can tell with this Rangers team how they're going to do by the passing early on. If it's timid and they can't get the weight right and it's always under hit, then you might as well leave because they are clearly in their shell. And when this Rangers team go into their shell, they ain't coming back out for love nor money. The only positive I can take out of it is the defeat wasn't heavier. When Ross McCrory got sent off after 50 minutes and the penalty went in, I think we all feared 7 or 8. It could have been 7 or 8. Celtic stepped off the pace a little bit, which is good. Look, you can talk about skill and tactics and money and spend and all the rest of it, and it's all valid. But if you've got players who are as weak as baby urine mentally out there, then it's going to be very, very difficult to compete. I've spoken with a number of ex-players, believe it or not, already, and they tell me the same thing. So it's not just about tactics, it's not just about us as fans not understanding the tactical side of the game or whatever. These are ex-pros and they're telling me there was no heart, there was no pride, there was no discipline, there was no busting a gut to get the win, and they know what they're talking about more than just a layman like me. From a supporter's point of view, it was humiliating, it was embarrassing, and the board have allowed this situation first of all to fester, then to expound, and now we are where we are. It can't go on. It can't go on. We need action, and we need action this week. If we don't get it, then I think that the relationship between the fans and the board will be permanently damaged. Graham Murty seems a terrifically nice bloke. He's so far out of his depth, though. He's so far out of his depth. And I think today there were signs that he's completely lost the dressing room as well. Not that I blame him entirely for this today. I thought he got his tactics badly wrong, but his players were awful. They were genuinely awful today, and they just did not turn up, and they looked like they didn't want to be there. They looked like they expected to lose, and of course they did. Celtic, I didn't think had to be particularly brilliant to beat us. It's just the same thing. That Tom Rogic goal, how many times are we going to see it? Ross McCrory had a shocker. The 50 minutes he was on, he just had an absolutely terrible performance. Whether he was fit enough to go in and play at centre half, I don't know. Maybe he's just more of a midfielder in the centre half, I don't know. Russell Martin, I can't say it's a shocker. He just played like Russell Martin, and that's another goal he's given away. I mean, how many goals has he been directly responsible for? Why is he in the team? Why? And the idea that we're going to sign him is just beyond me. None of them played well. Can't pick anybody out. Andy Halliday, of course, substituted, and the argument could be you could have waited to have time to avoid humiliating him, but all I would say is if he'd shown the same passion on the park as he'd shown when he was getting taken off it, he might not have been the first candidate to go off. And it just went from bad to worse, as these situations tend to do. There's no hiding place for the board, there's no hiding place for Murty, there's no hiding place for the players. They've failed, they've embarrassed us, and there comes a point when, as a supporter, you just say, no, enough. And that was it today. I can handle Celtic having more ability than us, absolutely. You know, they spend more money than us, they pay bigger wages, they're further ahead in terms of where we are on our journey back. So, of course, you know, the other players have more ability. I get that, that can happen. I can't handle them having more desire than us, and that's what happened today. It was very, very poor. So, overall, an incredibly disappointing day. I'll be back after our next match, and hopefully there'll have been a couple of changes. I don't expect a manager to be appointed right now. It'll be in the summer, but you would hope that the board could at least read the mood of the support and announce that Murty's stepping down. Give it to Jimmy Nicholl for the last 5 games. It's not going to make any difference anyway in terms of improving us. But Murty, the poor guy, looks as though he needs, taking at the back and go to live on a farm in football terms, I think is probably the best for everyone. Thank you very much for listening. I'll talk to you again soon. Cheers. Bye.